Welcome to the City of Miramar's Business Connect, where we connect your business to what's important. Today, our discussion will be growing your business with the Miramar and Pembroke Pines Chamber of Commerce. We have as a special guest today, Mr. Robert Goltz, CEO, founder of Miramar Pembroke Pines Chambers of Commerce, Regional Chambers of Commerce. We also have as our guest panelist, Marc Liebeskind, of Senior Financial Representative of Principal Financial Group. Welcome, guys. How are you today?
Very well. And yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. And I'm Johnie Douglas. I'm Johnie Douglas. I'll be your host for today. I like to start the program off by having these two guys introduce themselves to us and let us know a little bit about them. We'll start off with you, Marc.
All right. Good evening, everybody. My name is Marc Liebeskind. I work for Principal Financial Group, which is located in the great city of Miramar. I've been in a financial institution for almost 30 years. But basically, it's not about what I do for a living. It's basically what we're going to discuss tonight is our local chamber, Miramar Pembroke Pines Chamber of Commerce. A little about myself before we go. Robert, who's the CEO of the chamber. I've been a member of the chamber for almost 16 years now. I have been involved with the chamber. I'm on their board of directors for the last 8 years. I've also on the finance committee, and I also represent the chamber for the city, the other city of Pembroke Pines on their economic development board. Robert, take it from there.
Excellent. Well, my name is Robert Goltz. I am the president and CEO of the Miramar Pembroke Pines Chamber of Commerce. I've been here just over 8 years now, serving in that capacity. And my job primarily is to watch all operations over the organization. And over the last probably 5-6 years, we've been changing the look, the feel, and the operations of the organization to better serve the business community. And that's really been the main focus over probably the last 8 years, is that we are truly a business organization.
Thank you guys so much for that. With the City of Miramar, I am the Business Outreach Coordinator and have the privilege of going out and visiting businesses in the City of Miramar. And some of the questions that I get when I bring up the chambers, are they a member? Most of them want to know, well, what is the Miramar and Pembroke Pines Chamber? Robert, can you help us with that? What exactly is the Miramar Pembroke Pines?
Sure. You know, the chambers are really just in its nutshell, it is a business organization, and what we do is we help established businesses grow. And when I say established businesses, means that we're not an individual organization as some chambers are, well, they'll have individuals as members. We deal fully and solely with the business population. And so we work to help businesses grow through unique marketing programs and services, networking events, sponsorships, and cost savings programs that we offer, and including training.
And Marc, what are the requirements
for become a member of the Chamber of Commerce?
Yes. What are the requirements? Are there any requirements?
Well, there's really no requirements as far as being a chamber member. Everybody is welcome. There's many people in the same occupation that you are, or that somebody, who's interested in joining. All it does is takes money. But that's not the whole thing. I've said this my whole 16 years with the chamber. It's not just to pay the money, it's to get involved. There's a lot to get involved. Like I said, I've been on the board of directors for 8 years. I've done a lot with the chamber. I've gotten a lot out of it, and I've given a lot out of it. But I've always said, if you're going to join the chamber, don't expect to put your name in the register or online, expect to get business. It doesn't work that way. Most important thing is you need to get involved. There's many committees here we're looking for. There's leads group, and we'll get into that in a few moments. There's just many things get involved. Just don't sit back and expect business. Now, there's a lot of people that might join for 6 months or a year and quit. Ask them why you quit. Well, I didn't get no business. I said, what did you give? It's a give and take. It's a give and take. as our meetings, our breakfasts, all the events, it's a business, but it's also like a family. And that's important because especially these times we are right now, it's good that you got people that are behind you, that if you needed to talk to anybody, you got people here that know you and can help you through these tough times. Robert, you want to add to that?
Yeah, you know what? I think you answered it really well. That's the key. So many people, and Mark, you know this from being on the board and seeing the drop lists and things of that nature that we go through every month. It is about being active. It's not really a transactional organization. You don't just pay $275 and just things start rolling for you. It is about getting active, and this chamber is very active. We have events going on almost every day, and also committee meetings and other programs and services to build business. And so our goal here is really to build strong businesses for our community. And I think Mark pretty much covered that pretty well there.
I know working for the city of Miramar, the city of Miramar is very, very active and very supportive of the Miramar and Pembroke Pines Chambers. I find myself when I go to either the referral groups and the breakfasts that it's more of a camaraderie thing. It's more of a family type atmosphere. But with that, it's a work atmosphere where you're always getting new business, always introducing yourself to new people coming in and finding yourselves with a resume of people that you can come from and you can recommend to anyone else. I love how the businesses come together and they can recommend off each other. Oh, you need a plumber. Oh, I know this guy who does that. Oh, you need a printer for your business. Oh, guess what? I know this guy here. And what makes it so wonderful is that it's a family type of affair where you trust the people you're referring to someone. So I love that what the chamber does give the business that opportunity.
Yeah.
And having said that, what are some of the other benefits that the chamber offer? Like, are there any tools that the businesses can use to progress themselves in their work field?
Good, Robert.
Okay, I was waiting for you, Mark.
No,
Yeah, we do. We have we do have a lot of other programs, and I know Mark's going to be talking about one of our referral groups, so I won't even go into that. But we have great programming. We have a lot of training from anything from QuickBooks to how to network properly. Almost anything to do with business, social media, things of that nature. We have typically on a given week 2 trainings going on every week to help our businesses grow and build. We have cost savings programs. We have our mastermind groups, one that meets Wednesday mornings at 6:30 in the morning, and then another one that meets at Thursdays at 12. The really key to this chamber is about building those relationships. We make no bones about it. We are a relationship building organization. And so by building those relationships, business really grows. And it's kind of funny because so many businesses will work to get their business up and running, and they never leave their business. And the benefit for our members that are active is that they get to meet other people who end up actually working for them and referring business to them, assisting them with their issues. Today we were talking with one of our members who is in mediation, and she wanted to go. She goes, "How do I get my name out there more?" And we spent a full hour. There were 6 of us on the call, and we spent a full hour helping her write out a marketing plan for her business. And actually implementing some of that. And probably during the week, some of those members will send over the actual pieces that she needs to implement. And that's kind of how we grow here. When you see our active members, you see strong businesses. And that's really what it's about. It's about building strong businesses. They're probably, out of our membership, those that are active, those are the strongest, probably the top 20 to 25% within the county or within our area of doing business. They are ones that are real troopers, especially even during this COVID-19 aspect. They stuck with the chamber and have been attending meetings regularly and continuing to build their business. And I have not seen one of them falter at this point.
And I love that. Also, the chamber, you guys offer a great way for businesses to get their name out there by advertising. You guys do a lot of advertising for businesses. and I love that. How can you talk a little bit more about your advertising and opportunities that you have for the business community?
Right.
Sure, we have a bunch of different advertising opportunities here, from web banner advertising on our website. We have e-blasts that go out to over 4,000 individuals on a weekly basis to generate business. You know, we joke around here because for me everything's up for sale. We have little things even in our office. We have ceiling tiles that we have done with advertising on them. We have a business card rec, business directory, just a lot of ways for individuals to get their name and business out there.
Thank you so much. And go ahead.
Robert, we currently have how many members?
That's what I was going to ask.
For Miramar Pembroke Pines, Miramar
Yes.
Pembroke Pines has right around 520 members at this time. Altogether within the whole, our whole conglomerate, we are about 712 members for our 4 chambers.
Okay, perfect. Now, and also, Mark, to give a business owner who may be listening, how does a typical referral group statement work? What can they expect?
All right. As Robert was mentioning, some of the benefits that the chamber offers, along with that, we have what we call leads groups. Not really referral groups, I call them leads groups.
Okay.
What is a lead group? Lead group, if people out there heard of BNI, it works similar to that. You join, there's 3 or 4 leads groups in the chamber. We used to meet at my office in Miramar Tuesday mornings at 7:45, but of course we can't do that. We do it by Zoom. And we meet at 7:45 and we're done by 9 o'clock. What is a leads group? Leads group, in our group, I'll use that as an example. We have 22 people on an everyday basis that will speak to people, that will meet people, that can refer you to people on what you do for a living. Now, a referral group, or I should say the leads group, allows one occupation, one person per occupation. So we can't have 2 people who do car insurance or life insurance. It's an individual. You can only represent one category. What we do is, like you said, we meet at 7:45. Now, up until a couple months ago, 3 months ago, we were meeting in my office. Well, then we became on Zoom, and I didn't know how. I didn't know how it was going to be. I didn't know how many people we were going to lose. I was amazed. Yeah, we lost a couple people, and that's to be expected. We've also gained 4 or 5, so we're plus. And after every meeting, what I do is I just commend everybody in our group that, you know what, you need to stay the course because you are being proactive, not reactive. Because the economy will get back. This virus will hopefully go away. And then there are going to be people who want to join a chamber. Oh, business is good, business is good right now. But you know what? You're behind the 8 ball. You're 6 months behind the 8 ball. We're building up relationship, building up where people can refer you. So what we're looking for, just to give you an idea what the referral group does, it allows you to do a 60-second commercial on who you're looking for, what type of business, what people you want to refer to. We have fun. We really do. It's a business. We take it serious, but we have a good time. And like I said about the chamber, it's like a family. Well, our leads group, and Johnie is involved in that too. It is a family. We have a good time. We have virtual happy hours. We, when things get back together, we have events at night. But it's when I do every year at the end of the 3rd quarter, beginning of 4th quarter, I have to do a business plan for the following year. And part of the business plan is my networking group, is our leads group, or we're known as the Power Partners. Now that's not going to be 50% of my business or 75% of the business. For me, I'm looking to get 20% of what I normally get for the year, and I do it. And the whole idea is, Johnie was telling me that one of the gentlemen who, in our group, he does air conditioning repair. He was just over his house. And guess what? Johnny's neighbor saw him. Now he's referring him to Ray, who does air conditioning repair, not to give Ray a plug. but the thing about it is I'll be honest with you, that I know that I can refer, I would say most of the people in our group, because I've dealt with them, that I know it's an extension of myself, that I know that they're going to give them fair and great service. And it's funny because I could take my dog walking around the neighborhood and I see the repair place for an AC. I said, man, I wish I gave it to Ray. But again, that's how I feel about all the people in our group. We are looking for my email is they have the email, right, Johnny?
Yes.
If you want any more information about the Leads Group and what we're looking for, or just come as a visitor, by all means, please come see what we're all about. If you want 20 to 22 people to refer you on a daily basis, you're not afraid to waking up 7:45 every Tuesday. You know what? It's a great idea. Come join us. See what we're all about.
The city of Miramar is so supportive of the chamber that they offer the business residents in the city of Miramar $150 towards their first year membership, which is awesome. That's a great thing to make sure that you can get a part of this illustrious, I call it, networking group. It is really a group of people who really care about each other, who really are there to support each other. You speak of persons like Robert, who have started this and had this vision about the chamber. You see how he's so human with us. You can find him joking at any time. You can find him making you feel comfortable and making you feel valued. I think that works volumes with the business owner. Also, with the fact that you have a group of other business owners who are backing you and saying that, hey, you know what? I put my name behind this business because I know this person very well. I see them every week. I know their work ethics. I know what they do. And so hats off to you guys for that, what you do with the business in the city of Miramar. Also, I'd like to ask a question. One of the things that I find when I go out and visit businesses is when they talk about their ability to become eligible for any type of funding or small business loans or anything such as grants or anything. Most of them fall into that category of not being prepared. And you guys can kind of help me with that to find out, to let the audience know what can they do to be prepared and what do the businesses need to do or need to have as far as documents or anything to be prepared if they want to go after such things as businesses.
Yeah. That's a great question, Johnny. You know, during COVID, we helped out probably, over 50 businesses get loans and things of that nature through banks. A lot of banks weren't giving out PPE loans except for to their larger companies. We ended up working with a couple of our banks and ended up opening up for very small businesses the opportunity for them to get into the loan pool right away. And so we're pretty versed in that, but we're also versed in the aspect of the grant process and the aspect of working for the cities and getting those contracts on the city and county and federal level. And everybody always asks me, what's the first step in that? And the first step typically is one thing: pay taxes. You know what? Most people say taxes are a bad thing. I'm telling you, the more taxes that you're paying, the better. That means your business is doing well. And so what we find with a lot of small businesses is that they work with their accountants, and all they try to do is show that they didn't make any money and go, oh, I don't want to pay taxes. So they start writing off everything underneath the world. And what happens is when you want to get a government contract and you want to do business with some of these other large companies like the hospital and Broward College and things of that nature, they want to look at your financials. And if you haven't paid taxes and are showing that you are making money to pay taxes, that is a big red flag that says, well, you're not making money yet. Why would I do business with you? Well, at the time that you're doing everything with your accountant, what you're thinking is, hey, I'm saving money. I'm doing what I should be doing. It is actually hurting you in business to not do your taxes and not pay them fully, because that is one of the things that every procurement officer is looking for, is that history of business. And if you have no money at the end of the day, And because you got your taxes down to zero, that's definitely going to hurt you for those types of jobs.
Yes, thank you for answering that question because it is a very vital question, especially that we're in this pandemic and a lot of businesses are foregoing their their services because of financial distress that they're going through and they need the help. So that opened up a new avenue of thinking. So once they get back on their feet, they can know how to position themselves for those opportunities. I love that.
We just helped out a business. It was probably about 2 to 3 months ago, and they redid their taxes for 3 years, and ended up having to pay fines and a couple other things to be able to compete on that type of market. And they've already secured a contract with the government because they did their taxes right, and their taxes showed that they were doing business. And that's all they had to do to get that contract. Well, it cost them a little money, definitely, because they had to pay some taxes, but down the road, they'll make much more money by getting that government contract.
I like that. Great. I love it. Okay, so, and Mark, for you,
Yeah.
question for you is when business owners become a member of the chamber, we've gone over the benefits they get, all the tools that they get. We've gone over all of that. How can what is the best way for a member to choose the group, the lead group that they may want to fit with? How does that work with the mindset of a business where there's some lead group that you have more of one aspect of business
Right.
than the other? So how do they choose that?
I've always encouraged a prospective person who wants to join a leads group to visit all the leads groups. It used to be you can visit them in person, but now you got to go on virtual, on Zoom. There could be a leads group that has 15 or 16 people. There could be one that has 30, but that 15 or 16 might be the ones in your wheelhouse who will get you more referrals than the one that has 30 people. Because I've always said this, of the 100% of people in a leads group, approximately 20% are the ones that can give you the leads. You got to look how to market yourself with a certain group. We used to call it power groups, insurance part, the blue collar worker ones, whatever it is. I encourage people to visit all our leads groups and to see which personality is best for you. It's the easiest thing to do. You're allowed up to 3 times to go to any leads group and to see if it makes sense. And then at that point in time, if you're interested, you do an application. I happen to think we have the best leads group, right, Johnie? But that's being biased. No, I look at it this way. I can't be everything to everybody, and neither can you. You go and you visit the leads group and you see which ones are best for you.
And in our particular lead group, Mark, what line of businesses are we looking for now? I mean, we have a pretty legitimate group list, but what we looking for?
In our group, we do have a strong realtor there, and what we're looking for and I send an email out to our members once a week to look out for these people. Here's just a few people we're looking for in our leads group that have been successful in the past. The people that have been here had to leave for one way or another. It wasn't because of lack of business. Plumbers, electricians, public adjusters, merchant services, a PI attorney. Along with the PI attorney, we're looking for a chiropractor, painters, someone who does commercial insurance, and that's just to name a few. But there are other ones that, hey, I might not have mentioned your occupation, but we don't have those in our group. You can go on the chamber website, and Robert will give it out, and to see, it gives you all the leads groups when they do meet. And I believe, Robert, it has the Zoom information on that. Visit, get to see what they're all about, because it's just another way to market yourself, because when things get better, you'll be way ahead of the game as far as getting that jump as far as far as, like I said, you've been very successful in your occupation.
I know for a fact that most business owners work come through referral. That's just what
Yeah.
it is. That if you know someone good, first thing we do is, oh, I know this guy, and I'm thinking right now for the trades that are really out there, who majority of their work comes through referral group. This is a great opportunity for them,
But
especially
yeah,
talking about the trades mentorship. You talk about your plumbers, you talk about your contractors, you talk about your concrete layers. Those are all trades that mostly are word by mouth, how they get their business. And
right.
way to do it than to have someone like Robert at our breakfast, say, hey, we got someone here who's joining the group, stand up and give them a chance to explain who they are, tell who they are, which is a great thing. The breakfasts are, when are we going to start that again? Robert, I like to see breakfast come back.
I would like to see the breakfast come back also. As soon as COVID's gone, we're good to go.
Right, exactly.
So,
One thing I love about the breakfast, we can have how much about anywhere from 250 plus businesses in one room at a time. Networking.
yeah, it's about 160
Oh, 160.
that we
Okay.
usually have. Yeah,
Okay.
but we
And
fill that room.
in one room at one time.
Mm-hmm.
That free advertisement. Really?
Yep.
Who wouldn't take advantage of that? Who wouldn't take advantage of that?
You know what? It's funny because so many people say, "Oh, I'll join the chamber when times get better."
Mm.
And I'm going to be very honest. We have been like an insurance policy. And for the most part of the year, yeah, we have an events and we have programs and things going on. But I will tell you, probably over the last 3 to 4 months during this COVID, we have actually done more than we did during the regular aspect to keep businesses up and running and getting them information, from aspects of how to get funding through the federal government and the state government. We ended up, I think it was like 6 different loan programs that we're offering our members in that process. Training on how to switch over from walking into businesses and networking old-fashioned way to doing digital marketing. That's been our big push right now. Many of our members have virtual backgrounds for when they're on webinars and Zoom meetings. We're doing a virtual business expo at the end of this month, meet the candidates events. So many things we're doing more now. It may not be physical face-to-face, but offering more now to our members to help them get through this time. And that's really been a big part of the strength for our organization, that our members have been loyal. All of our leads groups seem to be growing right now. And even our mastermind groups are maxing out on a weekly basis. So it is a good time. I look at it and going, wow, this isn't a bad time for being in the chamber. For me, it's been great. I'm here all the time, but I'm seeing so much going on, and businesses that didn't use us before are seeing a lot more value now from us than they even did before, because it's value that they can utilize right now.
And Robert, you mentioned something else. You mentioned mastermind. Can you expound on that a little bit? Because I think that is a really, really great program for businesses when you're trying to strengthen yourself.
Yeah, throughout the year, weekly, we have 2 different masterminds groups. When we can meet, usually on Wednesday mornings at 6:30 in the morning, we have a group that meets here at the chamber. Right now, we're meeting on Zoom, and that meeting is more structured. We allow 6 to 8 people each week to talk about whatever issue they have for their business. So we deal with 6 to 8 different issues every week and spend about an hour to an hour and a half talking about those. And we've helped rebuild businesses, restructure employment for businesses, and things of that nature. And then on Thursday, we have what we call our mastermind online. And like I said today, typically every week we talk about what's going on in our business. So usually try to figure out a topic. But like this week, one of our members said, "Hey, this is how do I get more involved? How do I get known in the community more?" And so we spent the whole time helping her figure out a digital presence and her brand to be able to market out to other people. And that's kind of how that meeting goes. Usually we'll have a topic. This week's topic was supposed to be, hey, half of the year's over. What are we planning for the next half, barring no more craziness out there? And so we talk about that. We help each other plan for our future, and then also try to implement that work right away to help our businesses.
John, let me just say, can I add something to what Robert said before about some of the benefits being a member here? And I thought it was a great idea, but is this mob lunch? I don't know who came up with that idea, but it's just again, it's we're in a certain moment here in our lives, so we wanted to create more business for local restaurants. So again, I have no idea who came up with this idea. Probably Robert did. I don't know. But one of the perks of being a member of this chamber and being a local restaurant is that Robert, every 2 weeks, promotes a restaurant for people of the chamber to go out there and eat. I think it's a great idea. I'm sure Robert thought that one up. But it's really again, these are things you're given whatever I forgot what the saying was, but the thing is that it was an idea that came up because of the pandemic, and it's pretty successful, and you won't know until 24 hours before what restaurant it is. So it will be. Is it going to be next Tuesday?
It's in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I don't know which one's which, because now I'm doing one in Weston, one in Miramar, so Miramar Pembroke Pines area. So I know I just put them on the calendar though.
And that's another way that the chamber promotes business. And that's great, awesome. It is. Mark, I'm going to put you on the spot. In our leads group, we always have a tip of the day.
Yes.
Love for you, before we leave, for you to give our listening viewers a tip of the day, for a business tip. We usually have a business tip in the morning. Do you have a business tip?
Oh, well.
I'll put you in the spot. I love it.
Business tip. I got to think of it right now. Hey, all right. Again, we're living in difficult times, and you know what they say: when going gets tough, the tough get going. And you got to think outside the box. Can't be as normal. And you got to do what you need to do. Whatever business you are in, you just need to go to your existing clientele and reach out and ask them how they're doing, and ask them, if you know anybody who can use any of your services, because they believe in what you do. But again, and there's a sign in our training room that when we meet every Tuesday, I live by this saying: people don't care what you know till they know that you care. Again, people don't care what you know till they know that you care. So all I'm saying is everybody, just, you haven't heard from somebody in a while, just say, hey, how's everything going? You're not looking for business. You're just looking to be a human being. Because a lot of people are still not leaving their homes. People are desperate sitting at home. Just say, hey, how's everything going? Or for people who own businesses, if you have a client and it's their birthday, give them a shout. Hey, Johnny, happy birthday. Because I'll guarantee you, majority of their relatives are not calling them up and wishing them happy birthday. Do something that nobody else will do. There you go, Johnny.
I love it. You two guys are really, really awesome. I love what you guys do. I love being in your company.
They call us Abbott and Costello.
Right? Yeah. I love it, right? So thank you so much and Robert, everything you do. I mean, on a serious note, everything you guys do for these businesses is just wonderful.
And he's not.
And I'm trying to get businesses to join when I go out. You know, it's just that's a hard. I don't know why it's so hard. You know, I really don't.
Yeah,
It's all the benefits.
well,
it's so hard.
because the problem is everybody believes there's a hook behind it.
Right.
You know, they get in there and they're going to go, oh my gosh, it means they're going to ask for money all the time. I very rarely ask for money. I'm just not in that mode. I believe that if you're going to give me money, you're going to give me money. If you want to participate in certain things, great. We have things that are for free. But people are like, well, I don't understand. And I'm like, you know, sometimes you have to invest in your business. Sometimes it's just about going to a training. You know, you've got to find the time. And when I do a training on time management, and people go, I tell everybody, I go, it's not a matter of people don't know how to manage their time. It's what's important to them. And is it more important? So many business people, the first time around, they go into business because they think they're going to have more freedoms. I hate to say it. A business owner doesn't get more freedoms. He actually has more to do if he wants to be successful. And being successful is about working hard. And that means sometimes putting in some extra time. Does it give you some benefits down the road? Yeah, but it doesn't happen for years till you build that market up for you and get the right people working for you to continue that. But it's one of those things that I go, wow, I can't believe you didn't join the chamber and you could have got all this information and you've been struggling and working through all this. What do I need to tell you that would have made you join here? And I have members all the time go, I wish I would have joined a long time ago, Robert. Why didn't you? I don't know. Well, see, it's not that difficult once you get in. It's not hard, and we'll teach you all the skills that you need to do well. But people think they know better. And the thing is, it's not that I have all the answers. I don't. I have very few of the answers. What I have is I have a ton of people that do have the answers. Thank you, Mark. I knew you would.
No
but I have a
problem.
ton of people that I could call if somebody needs something. You know, I've got 500 in Miramar and Pembroke Pines. I have 550 members that could meet the needs of almost any business issues that are out there. And we have a lot of smart people out there that are just waiting for somebody to ask them what the need is. And the problem is most business people, I hate to say it, I think I was one like this when I first started my business. You know, you think it's your business and you can do it all on your own. You can't.
No.
You need people to help you in every step of the way, from getting a good, decent business card to guiding you to the right places to be. And for us, sometimes it's, you know, I guide people to Toastmasters and other things, depending on what they want to do with their business and their life. You know, there's different avenues. It's not a cookie cutter mold. You know,
like jack of all trades, master of none.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great. Well, for our listening audience, if you want to find out any more information about the Chamber Miramar Pembroke Pines Regional Chambers, you can reach out to Robert at his email address is robert@miramarpembrokepines.org. You can reach out to Mark at Liebeskind.Marc@principal.com. Well, thank you guys for being on our show. You guys know what you mean to me. The city of Miramar, the work we're doing with our businesses, we love it. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm Dr. your host. And until we meet again, let's stay connected.